So I've put my European green toads, mealworms, in an open space, but I didn't want them to get into swallowing any of the substrate I have down right now. I leave it dry except for a bowl for them that's moist, because I'm going to change to a different kind. I don't like how this one is, and it's all I have at the moment. But this video I'm doing because when I came in here, I noticed all of these little mealworms around chewing on the bottle cap. Now I'd had this cotton ball in there that I wetted every night. Some of them are waiting for their drink, but I'm suspicious now because since these guys were all around the edges chewing on it and eating it, literally, I think that they're eating this cotton ball too. And they've had food, lots of little, rolled oats in here. There's plenty of it. I just had to refill it today. But they have enough to survive and stay plump while they wait for my toads to eat them. But I wanted to show you this. What I had done is I disturbed them and I picked them all up. They were literally clinging to this with their jaws. And you can see all around the edge, they've eaten it. They've literally eaten it. And so, we were wondering, me and my friends, how is God going to clean up all the plastics in the universe when he finally, when he does, because he promises that he will restore the earth. So I got my answer today. I know that the coral had died in the ocean, mostly because it was eating the micro particles of broken down plastics that never really biodegrade. They just break down into these little balls that start with a letter P. I can't remember the name. And it's like an aphrodisiac to them. They prefer that over their regular food, and that's why they ended up dying. So I know I can't feed these worms to my toads now because their bellies are all full of plastic. So I pulled them, picked them up, and started putting them in here. I said, well, maybe I'll let them clear their guts, but because there's estrogen in plastic, it's what makes it flexible. That's why women get really super soft and mushy when they have children. I don't think it's good. I'm not going to feed them these, and I'm not going to use any of the beetles that come from this little pack right here. And I had seen this guy eating. You know what else they were eating? I saw them looking like they were chewing on this plant thing, and I hadn't taken a good look at it. They were mostly on the base, all wrapping themselves around it and looking like they were chewing on it, and I don't know, I can't really tell. But I think they were trying. So I have to be more careful now. Feel okay, there's no ridges there. It's smooth. The ridges are underneath. Cotton balls. See, I had put this over top because I wanted the bugs to go under to the under edge and drink their water. This way, if the toad grabbed him, his tongue wasn't going to stick to this cotton ball and pull it into his mouth and have a difficult time getting it off. So, oh my gosh, what I did notice was the dubias did not participate in plastic abuse. um, they don't, they didn't abuse the plastic. So, yeah, these guys are, and they look at they're so plump, but it's deceiving because I don't know how much of that plump come from eating this estrogen laced plastic. So there you have it. How will the world be cleaned of all the plastics? They could do this right now, but you know what? I think either way, the little bits are going to be in their bodies. There is a bacteria that does eat plastic. I don't know what it breaks it down to when it discards it in digestive tract, but it's an answer. Scientists should take some of these worms and dissect them to see how dissolved the plastic actually becomes, and does it break it down to forms that are no longer toxic or no longer pollutive. Anyway, it's an answer. We can only go so far in our imagination about how things will play out, but it was really interesting to see them eating the plastic, instead of their food. You can see these were all whole. They've eaten them, but the whole pack of them was wrapped around this lid, chowing on it. Imagine it's pretty hard for them to chew, but they were doing it. So there you have it. I don't know how to turn this off or stop it. I've never done this before, so my very first live video. Nope, that doesn't work. How do you make it go? I guess, I don't know. Hit the X. Are you sure you want to stop? Yep, I'm sure.